All right, so I wanted to demonstrate to you, we're going to start with adding polynomials. So we're going to add polynomials, and really the thing that you have to keep in mind for this is the phrase combine like terms. So you've done that before. Here's an example problem. 8x cubed plus 3 plus 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4. Okay, so we're just looking for things that match. The x cubes are a match. 8 plus 2 is 10x cubed. I don't have anything that matches the x squared, so I'm going to go ahead and write that as 2x squared. And then my last one is going to be the 3 and the 4. So plus 3 plus 4 is plus 7. Okay, so really you're just looking for like terms, that's x's or whatever variable it is that has the same letter. Okay, another type that you might see is when you have to subtract. Before I do subtracting though, I do want to show you a different method. If you don't really love the way that this is written out side to side, you could take this a different way. You could write it like this: 8x cubed, okay, plus 3. Now, I left some space here. You're going to see why in a moment. The next one we were adding together was 2x cubed plus 2x squared plus 4. Okay, the reason I left this blank space here is because there's nothing that has that 0x or that x squared with it. So here I'm just doing simple addition: 10x cubed plus 2x squared plus 7. We get the same result, but some people just prefer to line it up this way. Some people prefer to line it up this way. You can choose what works for you. Let's move to subtracting. So if we had a subtraction problem, okay, this is what that could look like. Let me get that all cleared off. So subtraction, the big thing is that when you have a subtraction problem, you're often going to end up with these parentheses. So here's an example: negative 5x squared plus 5x minus 5 minus 3x squared plus x. Okay, now the special thing about this negative is that that negative is really attached to both the 3x squared and the x. Okay, so when you're combining like terms, you really need to make sure that you've got that straightened out. So I'm going to rewrite this equation without the parentheses. So we've got negative 5x squared plus 5x minus 5 minus 3x squared minus x. Okay, and now I'm going to combine my like terms. So I have these with my x squared. So minus 5 minus 3 is minus 8x squared. I have a plus 5 and a 5x and a minus x, so that is plus 4x. And then I have this minus 5. Okay, now again, I could use this same method with that horizontal method and line them up that way. Minus 5x squared plus 5x minus 5. And then underneath, I have the minus 3x squared minus x. Okay, so minus 8x squared plus 4x minus 5. Same thing. Okay, one thing that you do want to be real cautious of if you have one of these minus signs that's outside of the parentheses is if you have a minus inside, that's a double negative and it changes to positive. So let's just say I have something simple like x squared minus, okay, and I'm just going to do 2x squared minus 3x minus x, okay? So this time I've got the minus on the outside and I've got some minuses inside. So let's take that and let's distribute the negative. Okay, so now I have x squared minus 2x squared. This minus times the minus is plus 3x. And same with this last one, minus times the minus x is a plus x. Okay, so x squared minus 2x squared is negative x squared. It's essentially 1 minus 2 is minus 1, plus I have 3x plus 1x, which is 4x. So just pay attention when you have a negative outside that you get that distributed correctly across everything inside.